Hey guys, welcome back to the It Should Work Sports Podcast. Today, on our Getting to Know You series, we have a dual episode with, coming all the way from Kansas City, Hakeem and Maaz. So, let's bring them on. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for having us.
So we're going to start off with the first question. Was Kansas City worth it?
I would say no, but there was a wedding that we had to go to, and obviously keeping your family relationship, that's important. But my personal opinion, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, our parents kind of forced us, so it's unfortunate.
So did you guys try getting out of it?
Yeah, definitely.
My dad and mom were just insisting that we had to go. So.
Yeah, we were nagging our parents all week long.
I had told Ayana about it a month ago, and then we couldn't reschedule it. So
I think Ayana told Yassine. And then I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Did you? Were you guys how close was the relationship with whoever's wedding was?
It was pretty close.
Our brother-in-law's sister, so sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So did you guys happen to watch the game?
Yeah, I watched it. The same hour it uploaded. It was 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Yeah, I was just sitting in the house all alone. Just pulled it up on my phone and watched it.
I downloaded it on YouTube, watched it on plane. But I did check it out.
Yeah.
I had that,
Yeah. So, Isha, did you hear that? The running back from the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah.
He was on their flight. Yeah, he was on their flight.
Really?
Which is pretty cool. Yeah. So, what do you guys think of the game itself?
The Super Bowl or
no, your game?
Okay.
Your game.
It was good until 5 minutes, maybe. It was 6 minutes. Rocky got
so y'all gave up basically.
Yeah. Our team just
which wasn't his fault.
And it was disappointing how many layups we missed in general.
Yeah.
And man, rough way to end the season.
Yeah. I think I counted 8 originally, but then you said you watched the game and you counted 12 missed layups.
Yeah.
It's 24 points, man. That's tough.
24 points, Rocky.
They're only different possessions, so
yeah.
It was maybe 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you guys think you would have won if you guys were there?
Definitely.
100%.
Unmore injured, I think they only had Wakas and Matt, to be honest, and Matt low-key underplayed, so, and Wakas. So if we just matched their intensity, we could have easily won that.
100%. Yeah.
How many years have you guys been playing in this league?
3 seasons, I think. Yeah.
So 1.5.
1.5. First season was with IJ and Ian, and then the second,
it was Gaz.
Yeah, that's last year.
It's just always been me, Ayan, and Hakeem.
Yeah. Amar was in the first season. He came back third season, so yeah.
So you guys always played together?
Yeah, we've always played together. But I don't know about next season.
Might have to switch things up.
Yeah, so speaking of that, so I've seen a lot of guys open up this season and everyone overall become closer to each other.
Yeah.
So wanted to get your guys' thought on what you feel is different about this season.
I think the number one reason why this season's we're so united, a brotherhood. Just the Zoni brothers, they just been cooking, bro. They just made the league so much better.
The draft is a really good idea.
The draft is a big part of it, yeah. And what else was there?
Yeah, there's just been way more brotherhood than last season. I'm not sure why.
A lot more people talking in the chat too.
Yeah,
that's good.
A lot of people more active.
Yeah.
I think Farhad also does a really good job.
Also the podcast, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And shout out to Farhad.
And
he does a really good job of making people fit in. Yeah. It's good. It's a good thing to see.
Yeah, except for Ayan, he sucks.
that's one.
No, but I think I've said this in the chat a couple of times. Also, it's nice to see guys talk more and be more open.
Mm-hmm.
I feel in the beginning of the season, people were still a little bit trying to get to know their teammates and trying to figure out what's going on. But there are a few guys in the league that are a lot more vocal in the chat, especially. And this is where I think having those guys kind of lead the conversation sometimes makes it more comfortable for everyone else because they see that we can talk to each other and we can say stuff to each other, but it's nothing personal.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So we wanted to interview each of you guys separately. So
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's get to know each of you guys individually.
You go
Yep.
first.
I'll go first.
So, what do you think of the league overall?
League overall, I mean, was a great season. I think every team was like pretty balanced, I would say, except for maybe Sheikh Dara. That's a great team. Like no bad players on that team, but yeah, it was a good season overall. Yeah.
L is on that team. That's one bad player.
No, but L, like this week I watched that like film. He was dogging, bro. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think he's like the main reason they won, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but he was actually barking like on the first possession of the game. On the
Really?
court, he was actually barking. So
Wait,
that's
like actually barking?
Yeah. Yeah.
He really is a dog.
Yeah.
So it was 2 seasons ago. You had IJ coaching you guys. So what do you think? What did you learn from him?
I learned a lot. I mean, I just like a great coach. Not even from that season actually. He actually coaches for Mist too. So he taught me and Maaz how to become like better team players. I think like the first season I came, I wasn't like a good passer. Like I only know how to score. Like I didn't know how to play as a team. You know.
Yeah.
I just like yeah. And then he taught me how to play five as well. Like running pickup with him, like playing Mist. It was amazing. I love to have him back, but I don't think we can. So yeah.
Why not?
He's a great coach. I think he's not allowed to, or people are complaining. Like the first season I was with him, they were complaining. Even though he barely played, but people were still complaining.
So me personally, I mean, like I'm against not letting him play. Like I think he should be able to play. We've had like guys like Zayd, now Abdul Wadud. I think that if he's in the league, it just makes everyone want to play harder. But that's just my opinion.
I think any team with IJ is gonna like win the whole thing. Like he's just that good of a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if he's just coaching.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So the week before the playoffs, Hakeem got traded. What are your thoughts on that?
That's my brother, of course. So can't say anything like bad about him. But I gotta respect his opinion. You know, it's my older brother. So if he wanted to get traded, then that's good for him, bro. But I would have loved to stay with him and play with him. You know.
So that was something that he requested.
Yeah, 'cause him and I just didn't click. You know. He wanted to get traded, so it just happened. I didn't think it would happen, but it happened. So yeah.
So, like for next season, would you be open to being on a team other than the youth team?
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, I like every guy in the league. Honestly, I'll be down to play with him. Like I don't think anyone's like a bad player or like a bad person. You know, I think we're all Muslim, of course, most of us at least, and we're all just good people in general. So yeah, I think I would love to play with anyone, honestly.
Yeah, and I think that whole idea behind the draft was to get everyone to play on a team with every single other person in the league, so everyone can kind of get to know each other and build those relationships.
So I've heard that this season you've been more active in the player chat. So what made you do that?
Honestly, like shout out Yassine Zoni, Farhan, bro. He's called me MVP Hakeem. That really like boosted my confidence, honestly. Even though obviously I'm not an MVP candidate, but like that just like made me happy, you know.
No, I mean you were like you started off the season
I just started
really strong, and it's unfortunate because I forgot who it was. I think it might have been Ayan. He mentioned that you guys only had your full roster like maybe one game this season.
Yeah.
So obviously like you guys are great players, right? And to keep that confidence, and you definitely deserve to be in that conversation for MVP. And these other guys just had a great overall season, but you were right up there with them.
Yeah. But yeah, I just like. I mean, I think 2 seasons ago, I just didn't read the chat at all. Like I just gradually started like becoming more interested in the chat, especially after like Ayan and Maaz started talking. So like that brought me into the chat too. So, yeah.
So we're gonna get some personal questions now. So how old are you and what is your grade?
I'm a senior at Parkland. 18 years old. Just turned 18 like a month ago. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
January birthday?
January, yeah.
January what?
I think you're close to my birthday, I think, right?
Well,
January
January
16th.
Yeah. We may have talked about this before.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing basketball?
So I started off, I was like really young, but then I moved to St. Louis when I was 9, and like no one played basketball there really, so because like we don't have an NBA team or anything, and, like yeah, we just don't play basketball. So I guess I started getting into soccer, and then when I came back here, I was like terrible at basketball, really good at soccer, and then I switched it up again, and then I started playing basketball like again like 2-3 years ago. So with Leon, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw you doing the playing volleyball. So is there any other sports?
Yeah. Of course, soccer. Yeah, soccer, volleyball. I love every sport, honestly. I think every sport is like it's fun, bro. Like, yeah. Like maybe not cricket. I think cricket's a little overrated, but.
So I've played cricket because like I was born in Pakistan, so like we grew up playing cricket and stuff. But the thing with cricket is it is a lot of fun, but like you have to have the patience to like play almost half a day, full day.
Sure, yeah.
And I just
It takes half a day.
Well, it depends on like they have like different types of matches, right? So they have like a 1 day match which can take like 4 hours, 5 hours longer,
Wow.
and then they have like test matches, which I think they changed the formats now, where it used to be like a 5 day test match. Now they do like T20s and all this other stuff, which I don't really know that much detail about, but it's literally like a full day worth of playing cricket.
True.
So, have you always every sport that you do? Does your brother always play the same sports, or is there some sports that it's just you?
My twin or like all my brothers?
Just
Maaz?
yeah.
I think like we've been together our whole life, so like nothing's really changed. Like we just do everything together. That's my brother, of course. Yeah.
So speaking of, how many other brothers do you have aside from you two? And obviously we know
Steve, Jamal, and Shaw. So 3 other than me and Max, so, and then 1 sister. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And the 3 brothers are older than you guys?
Oh yeah, I'm the youngest in my family actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So, get some rapid fire questions.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Favorite NBA team?
NBA team. I'm like all around honestly, but probably Lakers because LeBron's on it. Yeah.
Favorite NBA player?
LeBron.
Summer or winter?
Summer for sure. Yeah.
LeBron or Jordan? Well,
LeBron.
Xbox or PlayStation?
I mean, I grew up on Xbox, but I think PlayStation is better. But just like the nostalgia, I'm gonna have to say Xbox. Yeah.
FIFA or 2K?
2K. Yeah, 2K.
Curry or Sabrina?
Curry. I mean, he won. So yeah.
NFL or NBA?
Recently, I've been watching NFL. I got into NFL, so I think NFL is kind of better, honestly.
What's your favorite NFL team?
Eagles, because like they're in Philadelphia, but yeah, I just recently started getting into NFL, so it might change. Yeah.
Ayan or Victor?
Ayan, but Victor's a good guy. Obviously, he's my friend, so I like him too. I just been closer with Ayan, like pretty like longer. So
How long have you known Ayan?
I knew him like before I moved, but like I wasn't like, really close with him. And then when I came back, I met him, and then I met him at ICPA, and ever since then we've just been like best friends. Yeah.
COD or Fortnite?
Oh, God, 100%. Yeah, God.
And then the last question: Hershey's or Ishores?
It should work. That's not even a question.
Here's few.
Oh, thank you. Wait. Cookies and cream, like chocolate. You made these yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fire.
So then let's
Yeah.
switch to Maaz.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
we
do
can
it.
switch to Maaz, son.
You want to do the snapping thingy?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're here with Maaz, and the first question is, what do you think of the league overall?
I think the league, yeah, it's a great league, honestly. But like, I haven't really been in any other leagues to like compare it to. But yeah, I mean, I've been in like youth leagues, but like youth leagues are just like, it's not really like they don't really use their basketball IQ. It's just more just like running and shooting. But in this league, it just requires a lot more basketball IQ. Like we don't have that many players that's like athletic or anything like that, but like we have like obviously some veterans, and they know what they're doing, you know.
Trying to make fun of me? No, I'm just kidding.
You count as one of the veterans.
you had IJ coaching you guys. So what did you learn?
Before that, before he like coached me, my shot was like really broke, and then he just taught me like the proper form. He taught me like to follow through with your shots, and then another thing he taught me was like pick and roll. I'd say like pick and roll game. Like I never knew how effective that was, and then he kind of like brought that to the league. Like like he would just it would be 5v5. He would tell three of us to just clear out, and then he would use the other half of the court, yeah, and just play pick and roll with that, and it would be bucket like
Yeah.
almost all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we even did that in like a finals game too.
Yeah, I know you guys did that against us in the semifinals last
Yeah.
year a lot, and
Yeah.
it was tough because we had a certain game plan of trying to like keep IJ like it was tough. Like
Yeah.
he's a smart, obviously a smart basketball player, and I'm glad he had the opportunity to like teach you guys at a young age, because you guys are actually very lucky, like at this age, to have somebody like him, even have somebody like a league like this where you guys can play with people that you know, and it gets pretty competitive. So it's a good place to be.
So what are your thoughts on Hakeem getting traded?
I think Hakeem being traded, it was like the best for both teams because like Hakeem's a good player, but he just didn't really fit on our team. Not gonna lie. And Deer Scene is like a team where like you feel comfortable taking a lot more shots because they don't have that many shot takers like Saad and Wase, and yeah, that's really it, right? Or NESC, but yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take that many shots in the playoff game. He only took like 3, but he didn't play all the minutes because he fouled out. So
Yeah, but so when I saw the trade, I actually thought the same thing, right? I thought that both teams got better. So like it wasn't like it was a lopsided trade or one player's better than the other. I think the fit works a lot better with Hasib on Dear Yassin and with Amr on your team. Plus with Amr and you guys playing together last year, I think the chemistry was better. I would have liked to see Amr play a little bit better in the game, in the semifinals game. I don't
He
even
shot
think
zero.
he didn't take no
Zero
shots.
shots. That's
He didn't
crazy.
take any shots, and I was
Played
like,
all 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's wild.
yeah. So Amr, like you got to step up a little bit too there, right? I don't know what the game plan was, but in certain situations, like you can see Aeon was like huffing and puffing out there in the second
Yeah.
half. You got to step up and take those shots, man. You have a good shot.
So next season, would you want to be on a team other than the youth team?
I kind of want to like first like before I ever like leave this youth team, I kind of just want to like win one with them because like like since we've been in the league, we've kind of like not really been the underdogs, but like we just kind of been looked down upon because we're young, and like we just feel like we have something to prove. So
Yeah, it doesn't. So let me
I
ask
feel
you
like we
guys-
just threw all of that away with us going to Kansas City.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think a lot of guys mentioned that, and I think Abdul Wadud was one of the first guys here that really talked to our podcast. And I know you guys have won in the past before, but everyone always throws in, oh, it was IJ. How much does that bother you guys? Because honestly, from my perspective, I felt like IJ didn't play like IJ. He just played like another player on the team that's facilitating for you guys.
So yeah, like that's like kind of the main thing that bothers us. That's why we kind of like have something to prove, Like we want to prove that we can win one, just like as us being the main, just like players, just the main players. Yeah.
So already you're also really active in the chat this season. So what made you more active than last season?
Honestly, I don't even remember like what happened last season in the chat.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's a lot more like humor going on in the chat. A lot of like fun trash talk. Like no one takes anything personal, so it's just fun to trash talk with Farhad, Lasso. Jan, I be trash talking my own teammates sometimes. Yeah.
So I think part of it is like when guys went to different teams. I know you guys, your core of Aeon and you two brothers, twins, stayed together, but I think when team players like integrated into different teams, it kind of changed the trash talking mood where it wasn't like people feel attacked. It was more like, okay, so I knew this guy, he was on my team last year, so I'm gonna trash talk to him now. And people saw that, and they saw like it can be fun as long as you're respectful to each other.
Yeah.
Would you do you want the draft next year, or would you rather keep it the same teams?
I feel like this year the draft went really good, so I don't know if it like I feel like if we keep the same teams, it's still gonna continue to be good. But like if we do a draft, it's either gonna be like a win or lose situation. So I don't really know. I'd say just stick with the same teams, to be honest.
So now we're gonna get some personal questions. So how old are you, and what grade are you in?
I'm 18 and I'm in 12th grade at Parkland High School.
That'd be crazy if you had a different answer.
Yeah. How long have you been playing basketball?
All my life, basically. Yeah, I just grew up around my brothers playing basketball. You know, that like going to their games and like the adrenaline rush I got from just watching just made me want to play. Yeah.
Do you have any other sports that you like playing?
Yeah, like Hakeem said, I played soccer, and yeah, I think that's it. Soccer. I just got into volleyball, as you saw, for like that miss thing. But like, yeah, I don't really like play like that. But it's just a fun sport to play.
So is there any sport that you play that he doesn't, or is it?
No, it's just the same. We do everything together. Yeah.
Rocket Fire?
That's cool.
Favorite NBA team?
Clippers.
Favorite NBA player?
Paul George.
Spring or fall?
Fall.
LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron.
Apple or Android?
Android. I say Android. Even though I have an Apple, but
Madden or 2K?
2K.
Curry or Sabrina?
Curry.
NFL or NBA?
NBA.
Ayan or Victor?
Ayan.
Connor
Wait,
Fournette?
like in comparison of what? Like.
Just who
You
else?
just have to pick one of them.
Yes.
Alright, Ayan.
Connor Fournette.
Fortnite.
And then Hershey's or Isherworks?
Isherworks, obviously.
I have two chocolate.
Oh. You want me to try that?
It's up to you if you want to.
Oh, you just want me to give me this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we usually for every podcast we'll give out Shimlik chocolates to give out to our guests. So that's for you two. Those two are for you, and then I think we should get back together with all four and like continue the regular conversation.
Can you do it now?
Yeah, let's do it. So now that we got to know a little bit about you guys on an individual level, I really wanted to get back to talking about the semifinals games a little bit. What did you see from your team? And I know you guys wanted to talk about our game also, because you guys weren't there. So I really do want to get your input on those games.
Alright, so for the Tiberius game, obviously I got with Cookie, 28 points, that's insane. That'll be the season high, right?
I think Drew had
27 or 26, I think. Yeah.
Shout out Jan, and I think Ahmar should have been more aggressive. Goss and Rocky, obviously, they should have made their layups. It's unfortunate, you know.
Yeah.
And then Najee just does him, bro. Like
Did you guys watch that play where they called it for travel and he started pointing at the front? I don't know if you guys. So he did this. So he got the ball and he was like hopped on one foot, and then Mike called travel, and he points at Mike. He's like, "That's not a travel. That was only 1 foot." And Mike's like,
Mike laughed off.
and he was laughing, and we were yelling from the side. We're like, "Throw him out of the game." Yeah, but that's how Najee is, you know. He's always it's never a foul on him.
He's really passionate.
Yeah, he is.
he had another like up and down, and then he
Surprising because like for his age, him like running up and down the court, like just like maintaining, like low-key playing good defense.
Yeah.
That's really good. All 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really good.
So I did talk to Najee after the game. I was just like, man, I have so much respect for him. Like I don't feel like I can do what he did in that game because they needed, like, he was up and down all game. He wasn't, taking a break on defense or anything. He was like, his intensity was there. So much respect to Najee.
Yeah. And then for Nazareth, I think we let them have too many fast break layups. Honestly, Wakas had like 10 points off his fast breaks, and we couldn't have been on defense. Sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Anwar came in clutch with those threes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Aeon had a couple of bad fouls that he committed.
Yeah. He just did like that smack.
Yeah. And then he went to apologize to Mike, and I'm like, why do you apologize to the ref?
That's funny.
Yeah. So Aeon sucks. What about did you guys see that three that Anwar hit, where he shot it and he turned around?
I think he did that because
he just posted on his story too.
I'm pretty sure he posted on his story.
He just posted on his story
Really?
recently.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that was tough. I can't lie. Shout out Anwar.
Yeah, so we were sitting under the basket by the stage, and those kids, man, I know a couple of those guys, but like those kids were so loud and so obnoxious. But to me, I thought it was funny. Like I didn't think they said anything rude or being disrespectful. But again, like when you're on the court playing and you hear someone keep saying stuff to you, I'm sure it can get like a little bit irritating. But there's a couple examples I wanted to share that I thought were just hilarious. I think there was a point where Wakas was in the free throw line, he missed the first shot, and one of the kids was like, put an arc in it, right? And then I think, who was it?
They were calling Wakas out.
Yeah.
The number 35 kid
had a megaphone.
Yeah. And so every time they have the ball, so like when Nazareth was on offense on the opposite side, they're on the megaphone, pass it to 35, that's Wakas, right? And I was just like, oh man, these kids are funny. But I mean, it brought more energy and it made it fun.
Exactly.
I don't know how Wakas and Homer felt about it. I haven't really got a chance to talk to them directly about that, but I heard that, they were obviously going back and forth a little bit, but then after the game, they kind of hashed it out, and they, I think Anwar gave like a pie pizza and stuff, and everyone was cool, which is what you want to see. You don't want guys getting upset for over, in basketball.
Thanks.
Yeah. What about our game? What did you guys think of our game?
I mean, I think like he can clamp anyone and probably like he can just get a bucket anytime he wants. But that game is just poor performance, like honestly. But
was Shakespeare defending in the zone or
they were they were in a 2-3 zone. And honestly, I felt like Drew played really well. I didn't see the stats until like much later, but I felt like the intensity from our team, like it just felt like everyone played at a higher level. So Drew didn't have to carry the weight. But if you look, I know he still had I think double digits in points, but he also had like 15 rebounds. Yeah, so we had 15 rebounds from him. Devo had I think 10 or 11, and then AR had like 14. So we had like 3 guys that were in double digits in rebounds, which that's all we care about. Like is let's rebound, limit their opportunities, and give us more chances. So I felt like Drew played a good game, but again, I also have high expectations from him. I would have loved to see him score like 20 points.
Yeah. The last 2 minutes, I feel like he kind of like.
You guys are up 5 the last 2 minutes. You should just have the ball. Easy win.
So sometimes it's a little bit tough because like you have to like keep those things in mind. And I think you mentioned this earlier. There was a one turnover after we grabbed the rebound and El just stole the ball. Yeah. He did a little fake. I moved over to the side and he hit the 3.
Yeah, that changed the whole pace of the game.
Yeah. And then I think there was one other play where I think Saad took a 3-point shot where I felt like we probably could have held the ball a little bit longer, but it is what it is. I don't want to take anything away from it.
Shad has some really good shots though. So.
Yeah. I mean,
Hakeem had that tough take, but that was a crazy take.
In overtime? Was it overtime?
That was in regulation.
No, so there was one in regulation, and he tied it. The scoop that he had was in overtime to tie the game.
That was an insane take.
Yeah, that was like a crazy play, but I think I'm happy for him because to see everyone like the gym got so loud.
Yeah.
Like on camera you listen to it, but when you're there in the gym, it was different. Yeah.
And he went 4 for 4 in free throws. Oh, that's crazy.
And he
He
just
really like clutched up the game. Huh?
No, that end was not a foul. Who fouled him?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
AR?
although the shot was
He slapped his hand.
yeah.
But, like, I feel like that's like a really minor
I
call.
mean, yeah, but he has to call it.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have fouled, but yeah, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, what sent him to overtime? And I felt like that was not a bad call, but a bad foul on my part because I saw the rebound go up. I should have really put my body in there to box him out. Instead, I tried to jump up, and he got up there, higher than me and got the ball. And then didn't want to give him 2 easy points. But he earned those free throws. He made those free throws with people in the back yelling at him like he can't make both shots. And then again in OT, like he put the game away with those last 2 free throws.
Wait, so do the refs call delay of game? Like if you're just holding the ball?
No, they wouldn't.
So they haven't been, but I feel like there's supposed to be like a 5-second rule on offense. Like if you don't move the ball, it's supposed to be 5 seconds. But there were times where I think both teams were kind of holding on to the ball.
Yeah, definitely had the ball for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And Ayan also was like every 5 minutes tying his laces. So I found out afterwards. I talked to him. He's like, that was their strategy to do that, to like catch their breath.
That's smart.
He's like, I think
It should have been like other players too, not just him.
Yeah.
That's very smart.
Yeah. No, so he was telling me that very first time he did it, he was like, Emmer came over and started doing the same thing, and he's like, stop doing that. They're gonna give us away. Like they're gonna figure out what we're doing. But it's smart. Like those are the type of things. So yeah, but it was a fun atmosphere. I'm disappointed you guys weren't there.
Yeah.
I think the whole league wanted to see what you guys could do because despite your record, I think everyone I don't think anyone really wanted to play. I know we didn't want to play you guys.
Yeah.
And it was tough not seeing you guys out there. So hopefully next season, no matter how it goes, we'll have you guys there. You guys won't miss any games because I think you guys make a huge impact on the game.
Inshallah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, next season, I'm definitely not missing like the final or semifinals or finals. That fact.
Yeah. And I didn't know what the event was that you guys are going for, but for a wedding, it's understandable. It's a family wedding. Like it's hard to get out of that. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun season. Let's see what happens in the finals. You guys want to do some predictions for the finals?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. You want to go first, Isha? I want to know your thoughts.
Are we doing score also since it's a one?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So I'm saying that Monim's team wins. 52-49.
Just take your time. I say the same thing except it's gonna be a blowout. Chuck Jarrell's gonna win by so much, and Nazareth. Even though I kind of I'm more supporting towards you guys. I don't think you guys have it. I'm not gonna lie. I think you guys are not gonna keep up. Yeah.
I think Anwar and Wakas play defense. They'll stand a chance, but if they play how they played last week, it's gonna be a blowout, 100%. Yeah, they stand no chance if they play that defense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I gave my, I didn't give my prediction with Andy, but it's tough for me to pick, and I don't have a preference on who wins. I do think there's a chance they might get blown out, but I also feel like they, so one of the predictions that I think Ahmed Kanan made out of the power rankings was their team doesn't have the stamina to keep up, right? And I think that's a big knock on them, and they're going to have to prove if they can run up and down the court, because we had guys that were able to do that. And watching them play against Naji, and Naji looked like he had more energy than they did, I think it's going to be very tough for them. But if they game plan well, then I think they have the guys that can game plan well and match up with them in size. But it's really going to come down to their ability to run and not tire out. I told Wakas and Anwar they will need to take breaks during that game. They can't expect to play 40 minutes.
Yeah, these are
if they play 40 minutes, they're done. They're not going to win that game.
I will say, Sheikh Jarrah's they do not do well under pressure. Their shot selection that game was terrible. There was point threes. David Barber was guarded by 2 men and just shooting. I don't know what that was.
These was their game plan, wasn't it?
Huh?
Shooting threes was their game plan, right?
That wasn't their game plan. So they like scoring down low. So our game plan threw them off. So what our game plan was, we were gonna do a 2-3 zone, but we were okay with them shooting from the outside as long as it wasn't like mono, because we felt like even with like David Barber with the high percentage he's shooting this year, we're okay with him shooting from outside or Abdul Wudu shooting from outside, because that takes them out of being in position to rebound. So we were fine with that. We were just like keep kind of like do a 3-2 zone, but like we're really guarding the paint area. Anything on the outside, let them shoot. In the first half, they didn't want to shoot.
Yeah, you guys killed them on rebounds.
Yeah, and then second half they started shooting those shots and hitting them, which is what really brought them back.
Abdul did hit some.
Yeah, he hit a few. Andy hit one. L obviously hit a bunch on us, but you know, it's. I don't want to talk about our game, but it was a great game. So yeah, cool. Anything else, Isha?
Anything else you guys want to ask?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, man. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much to Maaz and Hakeem for coming and doing this podcast with us. Look out for a YouTube short coming soon of us playing football. As always, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Isha Works signing off. Wait a minute, before you guys leave, I actually have some exclusive merch, Isha Works merch in the works. So make sure you keep your eye out for that. And for real this time, Isha Works signing off.